Come with me to a place of wondrous contradictions. A place that is silent and unstirring, yet restless and alive. A place of untold peace and boundless dread. Come with me into the very cradle of darkness, where those who dwell alone.
Rise and shine, Goodman. Time for rounds.
Tim Goodman never used to give the subject of dreams much thought.
Good day.
His energy was devoted to surviving a waking nightmare, the merciless grind of first-year residency.
What we have here, ladies and gentlemen, is pressure pain across the chest, nausea, shortness of breath, sweats. Doesn't anyone have a diagnosis? Doesn't anyone have a brain? Interns get more stupid every year.
The symptoms are pretty general, Doctor.
And?
And I'd recommend some additional testing.
Surgeons don't test. We cut, probe, get in and find the problem. If you want to run tests, get a job in a lab. Anybody have a real diagnosis?
The symptoms are consistent with a gastroenterological disorder. Possibly gastric reflux due to a hiatal hernia.
Congratulations, Doctor. You've just killed your first patient. Ladies and gentlemen, while Dr. Goodman here was administering Maalox, our subject expired from cardiac ischemia.
But the symptoms are consistent with both conditions.
Goodman, do us both a favor and get out of medicine before you really hurt someone.
Rough day, huh?
Long day. I've been up 20 hours straight.
Look, you really didn't have to stop by, Dr. Goodman.
It's Tim.
Tim. Look, I know I'm not on your rotation.
I brought you a new prescription. Take 2 and call me in the morning.
Aren't there rules against fraternizing with patients?
I won't report me if you don't.
Can I report that jerk who reamed you out this morning?
Doctor works ahead of surgery. He's a living legend.
Doesn't make him any less of a jerk.
No, but it makes me an idiot for trying to argue with him.
Even if you were right?
Let's have a look here. Fever's down, that's good. How's the pain?
Still hurts.
We'll know more after the CT scan tomorrow. Abdominal pain's a tricky thing to pinpoint.
Is that a St. Jude?
It belonged to my grandfather. He was a doctor. A truly great doctor.
Isn't St. Jude the patron saint of lost causes?
Grandpa never gave up on a patient. He had an incredible compassion for people.
Sounds like he was very special.
He was. I wanted him to see me graduate, but he died last summer.
I know he'd be proud of you.
You need to get some rest, Amy.
So do you.
Yes, doctor.
was dark. It could have been anyone.
Look, I know what I saw. Rourke was stealing drugs.
Goodman, do yourself a favor and forget about it.
I can't.
Fine. So report him.
I don't have any evidence. It'll be his word against mine.
Rourke's one hell of a cutter. He runs the surgical unit. He works incredible hours. He's under major stress. Maybe he needs a jolt every now and then to keep going. He's not the only one.
How can you defend him?
Tim, you're gonna have to lighten up if you want to make it through the program.
You mean become a heartless bastard like Rourke? In other words, just sell out?
No. I like to think of it as buying in.
Plenty of room where we're going.
Show's yours. Earth to Goodman, come in, Goodman. Jeez, buddy. I called for 24 hours and you still couldn't sleep?
I had a dream. There was a dead girl. She was being wheeled to the morgue. My grandfather was pushing the gurney.
Chill out, man. It was just a dream.
But it seemed so real.
I'll tell you what's real. Rourke's performing an emergency appendectomy in 10 minutes, and it's required viewing. So unless you want to commit career suicide, I highly recommend you get your butt in gear.
Scalpel. Clamp.
Oxygen saturation is dropping.
Increase O2.
Still dropping. Blood pressure is dropping.
Give her a Predrin. Start.
Down to 20. We've got VFib.
Call a code. Give me the paddles. Clear. 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 Call it.
Oh my God. It's her.
What are you talking about?
The little girl from my dream.
Didn't you get any sleep?
I had a hard night.
You busy saving lives?
Not exactly.
Then what kept you up?
Amy, do you believe in premonitions?
I wouldn't mind knowing if I was gonna win the lottery.
Not all premonitions are good.
I think it would be pretty hard to know the future if I couldn't do anything to change it. Had any about me lately?
You'll be fine.
You really are the patron saint of lost causes.
You're not a lost cause. Trust me, everything will turn out okay.
For the both of us, Tim.
All right. Can you go to the cafeteria? Okay. Good. We've got 2 hours before rounds, buddy. Why don't you grab some Z's?
I've got some work to catch up on.
Look, I know you're upset about the operation, but every doctor loses a patient now and then.
That little girl died from an anaphylactic reaction to penicillin. It's Rourke's fault. He should have known about her allergy.
Tim, you've been up 36 hours. If you don't get some sleep, you're gonna crash and burn.
I'm fine.
Maybe you should see Dr. Wexler.
I don't need to see a shrink.
She could prescribe something to help you relax.
I guess I'm in the minority around here, but I'm not into drugs.
You're afraid of having another dream, aren't you?
I said I have work to do, so back off.
Fine.
Come along, Tim. There's plenty of room where we're going. No.
Amy.
Amy Costin. Where's Amy Costin?
She's being prepped for emergency gallbladder surgery.
Who's her surgeon?
It's Dr. Rourke.
Just a minute. I said just a minute.
I heard about the surgery.
What the hell are you talking about?
Amy Costin. You can't operate on her.
You're telling me how to practice medicine?
I'm telling you, she's gonna die.
Based on what?
We still haven't conclusively identified the source of her pain.
I have.
There are alternative procedures. Laparoscopy is far less
Do
risky.
you know what your problem is, Goodman? You don't have the stones to be a doctor. So get the hell out of my office and let me do my job.
You sure you're fit to perform the operation, Doctor?
What's that supposed to mean?
I think we both know what it means.
Get out of my office!
Please, Dr. Rourke, I am begging you. Do not go through with the surgery. You're gonna kill Amy just like you killed that little girl.
Get out now, or I'm calling security.
You gotta believe me. I know she's gonna die.
Operator, get me security. I have a problem in my office. Never mind. Scissors.
Stupid idiot. Somebody get me another pair of scissors. Damn it. I've cut an artery.
Blood pressure's dropping.
Suction. I need suction.
Blood pressure's down to 90/50.
Increase fluids.
50/20.
We're losing her. Flatline. You killed her, you son of a... You killed her!
You murderer! I told you not to do it! I told you she was gonna die, but you wouldn't listen to me! The bastard wouldn't listen to me! You killed Amy, just like you killed my little girl! I knew it was gonna happen! I knew it! I saw it! Where am I? In the call room. We hauled you back down here after you were sedated. You made one hell of a scene down in surgery. I had another dream. Another premonition. Oh, jeez, Goodman, not again.
No, it's okay. I understand everything now.
You are losing it big time, pal.
It's simple. Rourke's killing patients. My grandfather's trying to tell me to stop him, no matter what it takes.
Would you get a grip? Rourke's talking about kicking you out of the program.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Look, nobody wanted to be a doctor more than you. You busted your butt for it. You dreamed your whole life, and now you're ready to just throw it all away? Your whole future?
I already know my future.
Rourke!
I've got nothing to say to you.
I've got plenty to say to you. I've seen you kill 2 innocent people. God only knows how many others there are. You call yourself a doctor? A miracle worker?
Get the hell away from me!
The miracle is that you're not behind bars. Admit it! Admit you killed Amy Costa because you're too high to know what the hell you were doing! Case closed. Damn you!
Whether or not dreams are warnings of things to come cannot be proven. Neither can the existence of a patron saint who watches over lost causes. All that can be known for sure is that at one busy city hospital, a young intern can at last sleep peacefully. At least for now. For 33 years, Ida Belson has resided in this faded old duplex. Her pleasures are simple and her hopes are few. To live out her remaining years in security and peace, with dignity and respect. And the quiet she's always craved.
Excuse me, are you going up to see the landlord?
That is the intention.
Would you be kind enough to ask him to turn down his music? You see, I have a weak heart.
I'll do my best.
And while you're at it, could you ask his lady friend to please stop feeding chicken bones to my little friends down here? Poor Missy nearly choked to death. Didn't you, sweetheart?
I'm telling you, Jonathan, we can't lose. Fremont needs a place like this. There's not a dance club around for miles. We'll be turning people away at the door.
Look, you're preaching to the choir, Dino. But your accountant says the trust fund's tapped out, so unless we syndicate this deal...
No way. Last 2 deals went south because there were too many partners. This one's my baby. You gotta protect me.
That's what lawyers are for, man.
Sink stopped up. Where's the plunger?
What do I look like, a stinking plumber?
The stupid old lady's dumping kitty litter into the toilet again. Thanks for your help.
Easy on the eyes.
Short on the brain cells.
Life is full of trade-offs.
So how much we talking here?
No bank is going to give you a loan without 20% down. And the only collateral you have left is this place.
And I can't sell it, thanks to Ida Belson.
Granny, throw the old hag out.
Believe me, I'd like to. She's real pain. But my father gave her a permanent lease with a fixed rent until the day she croaks. So now I'm stuck with her.
Oh, it's too bad. There's a new coat of paint and you could get some major green for these digs.
Tell me about it. I swear, babe, opening that club would set us straight.
Last one didn't work out so well. You lost almost $60,000.
I know what I lost, Melissa. Thanks.
Please turn it down. You're loud enough to wake the dead.
She's really starting to tick me off. Burn her damn cats.
Madam Zappa says that more than 2 cats in one house is bad luck.
Don't start with the Madam Zappa junk again.
It's not junk. I had her do our chart, and she said that changes in the stars. There's clouds now, but soon they're gonna part.
And I know just how to part them.
My poor babies. What am I gonna do without them?
You can always go to the pound and get them. If you move to another building.
But this is my home. I don't have any. Please don't do this to me. I'm gonna take my pills.
I think she needs more convincing.
What if she totally freaks out and lands in the hospital? I got some killer CDs.
And we ask you, Heavenly Father, to keep Ida in your kingdom of eternal rest and everlasting peace. Amen. Thank you for coming. It would have meant so much to Ida.
She had a special place in our hearts.
Absolutely.
She was such a saintly woman and generous. Did you know that she willed all of her earthly belongings to the church.
Since you brought it up, Father, I was wondering if you can get her stuff out of the apartment sometime tomorrow. Got a buyer coming to look at the place.
I'll try to make some arrangements.
Cash buyer, Jonathan, that's great. 10 a.m. mañana. Fat City, here we come.
I told you Madame Zappa was right. The stars are in alignment.
Damn straight, baby. My star is starting to rise right now.
What happened?
It's probably just the wind.
What was that?
It's probably a side gate or a loose shutter.
Go look.
Come on.
Go look.
was it?
Just the wind.
Are you sure?
Go to sleep.
Make it stop. Oh, please make it stop.
Don't you believe in doorbells?
You know, I thought it was broken.
Right.
Dean, who is it?
It's okay, it's only Jonathan.
Pull it together, Dino. The buyer's outside.
Huh? Maybe we should start upstairs, huh? I haven't cleaned downstairs.
Let me handle this, okay?
Here we are. This is the living room. Kitchen's right over there, and I mean, that's it. Don't do that! It's not good for the plaster.
The construction here is solid. They don't build homes like this anymore.
Do you hear that? Hear what? There's a damn cat.
The bedroom's this way.
You really don't want to go in there? I was hoping to paint the place before I showed it. Who the hell's using the hose? What hose? Look! It's her! It's her!
Look, there's something I want to show you over there in the kitchen. Well, I think we'll have an offer sometime tomorrow. There's one thing you gotta do.
What's that?
Listen, you're a basket case, man. Get some sleep.
Let me call Madam Zappa. She'll know what to do.
I already know what to do. Get out! You're not listening to me, Jonathan. I don't want to wait until tomorrow afternoon. I want an offer on the table tonight. Tell him I'll knock 10 grand off the asking price. Don't argue with me. Just do it.
I could sleep for a million years.
Still can't believe that old battle axe drove me out of my own house.
At least it's quiet in here. We can finally get some rest.
You're right, babe. By this time tomorrow, we'll have the cash we need. We can move to the city, open the club, and this whole thing will be one big bad memory.
Did you hear it?
I'm not deaf.
She followed us. We can't get away from her.
Take it easy. It's gotta be coming from downstairs. Yeah, this is Dean Vance in 201. Could you tell the people below us to keep it down? We're trying to get some sleep. What do you mean there's no one in that room? I don't care what your records say. There's gotta be someone to...
This is your fault. I never meant to kill her.
Shut up.
I can't take any more of this. I can't.
Shut up.
I can't.
Let's go.
This place is very, very sick. I can feel the vibrations.
Can we please get this started?
We really appreciate you coming on such short notice, Madam Zappa.
The spirit's angry. So angry, we must start the cleansing.
What does that mean? What the hell are you doing?
You're safe as long as you stay within the circle.
That's never gonna come up.
Enemy. Enemy. Turn into friend. Let not your anger bring us to the end. Be now silent. Let your hold be broken. Be thou silent once these words are spoken.
Are we done yet?
Not quite. I'll need a sledgehammer. It's done. Spirit is gone.
Are you sure this is gonna work?
100% guaranteed. This house is clean. But you must not touch anything. Leave everything exactly as it is. And you have to sleep in here tonight, within the circle.
You're pulling my chain.
This is no joke. You must let the spirit know that you are not afraid.
It's over, baby. It's finally over. Sure. I hope that old witch rots in hell.
Don't talk that way.
She cost me big, Melissa. I got half of what I could have for this place because of her.
At least we have enough to get a nice, quiet apartment in the city. Maybe we can open the club next year. What's that for?
Let's go.
What are we doing here?
She ruined my house, Melissa. I'm not leaving town till I return the favor. It's called poetic justice. Come on.
This is really dumb.
Excellent! Now how about a little music to sleep by?
Dean, come back here. Dean? Dean? Cut it out.
Oh, hold on, I'm just getting started.
Dean, will you turn down the music? We're gonna get caught.
Can't hear ya!
What's going on? Make it stop!
It's a sad irony that old people are forced to tolerate the babble of youth, while the young turn deaf ears to their elders. Dean and Melissa ignored Ida Belson when she told them they would wake the dead. And they died wishing that God had made them better listeners. Thomas Morgan Jr. was only 28 years old, a doctor with the Red Cross, serving in a war-ravaged Central African Republic.
Morgan Jr. left behind. For the Lord said to Job,
After the truck bomb destroyed his hospital, what little was left of his body was shipped back home to his final resting place.
You'll always be a part of our family, Tommy. Tommy would have wanted it that way.
I'd like to believe that, Mrs. Morgan. I
just hope Dr. Tom is all right. He just needs time. We all do. Oh, honey.
You should have been downstairs. Everybody was worried about you.
You asked me to go to the funeral, so I went. I'm not about to pretend in my own home that I believe my son is really dead. All that was buried were body parts.
Tom, don't.
Not one item. Not even a fingerprint positively identified Tommy.
Tommy's gone. You have to accept it.
That's easy for you to say. You never loved him like I did.
You never gave me a chance. You're the one who wanted a son to follow in your footsteps as a doctor. You wanted a son to travel the world the way you never could. I never had any say in it. Tommy never had a say in it.
Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
What is it? Who's out there?
That's what I intend to find out. Who is it? Who are you? What do you want? God. Tommy! I've got to remember to call the stonemason. That old skinflint will probably want to keep the down payment on the tombstone. He can keep the money. You're back, Tommy. That's all that counts. So, how many do you want? 4? 5? You keep eating, I'll keep cooking.
I'm not hungry.
What are you talking about? They're blueberry, your favorites. Since when did you turn down blueberry pancakes?
Good morning, Tommy. Did you sleep well?
Yes, Mother, I slept.
I didn't have time to change your sheets. If you'd only called to let us know you were coming.
What's the difference? Our boy's back. We're a family again.
She brought breakfast. Come in. That's strange. You'd think she'd be all over him the way she carried on when he left.
Why don't you grab a ball from the garage, Tommy? Go out and play with her.
I'm going up to my room now.
Maybe later. You're probably still exhausted from your trip.
He looks awful pale, doesn't he? Did you ask him where he's been or why he didn't call to say he was all right?
There's plenty of time for questions later. He's rested up.
But how did he get back from Africa? And why didn't the Red Cross call to let us know?
So it slipped through the cracks. All I know is our son is back. Nothing else matters as far as I'm concerned.
Tommy, can I come in? How are you feeling?
I'm all right, Mother.
Tommy, can I ask you some questions? Well, if you're too tired, we can talk later.
What is it, Mother?
Why didn't you phone us after the bombing? Your father and I were heartsick. Tommy, how did you get back from Africa?
I'm here, Mother. Isn't that enough?
Dr. Tom called. Is it true? Has he really come home?
Yes, dear, he's home.
Please, Mrs. Morgan, can I see him just for a second?
Well, he's resting now. He's not quite himself yet.
Oh, don't be silly, Edith. After what he's been through, Jennifer is just what he needs. Tommy! Tommy! Guess who's come to see you?
You know, my mother was already pushing me to start dating again. She actually invited Jake Randolph over to dinner. Can you imagine me ever dating Jake Randolph?
Jake Randolph.
You remember him? The big jerk who played football? He's in real estate now. You'd think you'd have noticed my engagement ring. It never even occurred to me to take it off. It's like it's part of my finger. Hey, I have an idea. Mom's playing bingo tonight. Why don't you come over and I'll cook you the best dinner you've ever had in your life?
I'm not hungry.
Oh. Well, maybe tomorrow night, when you're feeling a little better. We could go to the movies. Or even take a long drive. Anything you want.
I was buried, wasn't I?
Yes. I mean, there was a ceremony and all.
What was it like? The service.
Everybody was there. It was nice. It was peaceful.
Peaceful.
Tommy! Tom, he's gone out.
Mm-hmm, that's nice.
Where could he be going at this time of night?
It'll do him good to take a walk. Put some color back in his cheek.
You had no business following Tommy like that.
He was visiting his own grave. There were tears in his eyes. He was crying blood.
That's ridiculous.
Tom, there's something wrong with him, something terribly wrong.
I don't want to talk about this anymore.
He hasn't eaten a bite since he's been home. I go in his room, and he's staring wide-eyed at the ceiling with absolutely no emotion. It's as if he's dead to the world.
Edith.
All I ask is that you take him down to your office and give him a physical exam.
There's nothing wrong with him. He just needs a little time. Hey, good morning, sleepyhead. I've got your hotcakes already made.
I'm not hungry.
Of course you are. You've got to be.
Excuse me.
Well, Tommy, now that you've seen the world, it's time to start thinking about settling down. Marry Jenny, give me some grandsons. Maybe even hang that shingle in front of the house like you always talked about.
I don't think that's a good idea, Father.
Of course, I'd understand if you wanted to strike out on your own. It's your life, son. Your decision. Come on, Tommy. You haven't even taken your shirt off yet. Let me help.
Tell me the truth. What's really wrong with Tommy?
Just a routine exam, just to make sure everything's okay, that's all.
But he seems so different, so quiet. He doesn't smile anymore.
I know.
Hey, sweetie. Hope you don't mind. I made dinner reservations at Bruno's. How is he, Dr. Tom?
He's fine.
Bye, Mrs. Morgan. I'll be sure to have him home before midnight.
Do that. He's not fine, is he? What's really wrong with Tommy?
He's with us, youth. It's all that matters.
I remember the first time we came here. I was so nervous. I didn't know whether or not to make the first move. But then I kissed you. Because I didn't care anymore. All I knew is how much I wanted you. Do you remember that, Tommy?
It was a long time ago.
Feels like it was yesterday. Your hand is so cold.
It's always cold.
I know how to make it warm. Would you rather go to a motel?
No, this is fine.
Hello? Betty? Slow down. What are you talking about? You're not making any sense. Yeah. Let me have a word with Tommy and I'll call you back. Jenny's in shock. Something about blood on her hands.
That's impossible.
Let's see what Tommy has to say.
Edith, don't do it. Don't go up there.
What are you hiding? What's wrong with our son?
Just let it be.
Tommy, what happened tonight? What did you do to Jenny? Tommy, talk to me. I want the truth. Oh, my God. What happened to you?
See for yourself, Mother.
You examined him. You saw it for yourself.
Why can't they make these things so a normal person can open
A hole. A gaping pit. Right where his heart should be. That isn't our son anymore. That's a hollow shell, a husk with no feelings, no emotions. Well, say something, damn it. Don't you know what this means?
I know what it means. It means I have my son back.
He's not your son. I don't know what he is or why he's here. But that thing upstairs, that isn't Tommy anymore.
He is my son! He's my own flesh and blood. He's everything I've hoped for, everything I've dreamed of. I wanted him with me. And now he is.
But what does he want? Did you ever think of that?
He told me this afternoon. He said he wants to be home.
Tom, don't you understand? This isn't his home anymore. I know where he's gone. Come with me, Tom. It's time to face the truth.
Tommy.
This is where I belong.
Don't say that. Your place is with us. We love you.
Then let me go.
No, I can't.
You brought me back. Only you can let me go.
Release him, Tom.
Go. Go. Love can work miracles, bring the dead back to life, in our minds and in our hearts. Sometimes we show love best by leaving our dearly departed in peace. In the end, there's no reason to rush the inevitable. We will all be reunited soon enough. "7 years ago, Madeline Penn graduated from nursing school, only to have her career put on hold when she was forced to care for her dying mother. With the old woman's passing, Madeline is now free to pursue her chosen profession. But the years spent alone with her mother have taken their toll.
Darlene, well, who did you expect? I know, it looks like your mother's place.
I almost expect to see her walk through the front door.
Well, enough of the past. Come on. Mr. Hawks is dying to meet you. Your room's at the end of the hall. Oh, and I come in at 9 every morning to do the cooking and the cleaning.
Just like you did when you were working for Mother.
I still don't know how I let you convince me to do this. The last thing you need is to be working for an old person again.
I told you, I like helping people.
Then why not work in a hospital? Even one of those retirement homes. Anything that's not quite so solitary.
Shakespeare said solitude is the nurse of the soul.
That's because Shakespeare never knew Henry Hawks. Henry? This is Madeline.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Now you be a good boy and treat Madeline with respect so she doesn't leave like the others. Is that understood?
Can't he talk?
Oh, not since the stroke. His ability to walk and feed himself were also affected. Unfortunately, the same can't be said for his libido.
My help had been needed and claimed. I had given it. This new face was dissimilar to all others I had known. Firstly, because it was masculine, and secondly, because it was dark, strong, and stern.
A violin from next door.
You should have heard it, Darlene. It was so beautiful.
I guess they finally rented out the place. It's about time. Good heavens. I knew I forgot something. I promised to get him some new girly magazines. Now, if I don't get lunch started soon...
Don't worry. I'll go get him a fresh batch. There's a store down on the corner, right?
Oh, honey, you know I couldn't ask you to do that.
Darlene, I'm not a little girl anymore. Hello? Oh, I'm sorry. You see, I was just walking by and I heard you playing. Forgive me, I didn't mean to intrude. It's just that the music was so lovely.
No, wait. Don't go. You heard the music? You actually heard it?
And last night, too. You were playing upstairs?
What did it sound like?
It was beautiful. Almost heartbreaking. Like the person playing had suffered a great loss.
You say that as if you know about loss.
I'm Madeline Penn. I work for Mr. Hawks next door.
Peter Carver.
So, looks like you just moved in.
No, I've been here for a while.
And the candles, do they help you play? Or did you just blow a fuse? Your mother?
Yes.
Does she live here too?
In a manner of speaking.
I also lived alone with my mother until she passed away 6 months ago. It's still hard for me not to think she's around.
you'd better go.
Perhaps I could come back another time.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Or I could have you over for coffee.
I don't get out much. In fact, I don't get out at all.
It was the same way for me when I lived alone with my mother, but it...
Please, go.
It was nice meeting you, Peter. There's such a gentleness about him, and he made me feel so at ease.
Do I detect a hint of an attraction?
Don't be silly, Darlene. It's just a shame to see him cooped up in that old house with his mother.
Did you say his mother? I do believe Henry is jealous.
I would love to see him again, but I don't think he's interested. I mean, who could blame him? I practically broke into his house.
Oh, nonsense, Maddie. If I were you, I'd put on something nice and go back there tonight. Oh, Henry, you naughty boy.
I don't understand.
Well, isn't it obvious? Apparently the old rascal wants you for himself.
Hello? Peter? The door was open, so I... Peter, it's me. Madeline?
Let me get this straight. You were attacked by an empty wheelchair.
Darlene, I didn't imagine it.
I'm not saying you did. Still, you have to admit there's a certain irony to what you're describing.
What are you talking about?
You meet a shut-in who takes care of his mother, just like you did. You make a connection, but he's afraid to untie the apron strings, just like you were.
Thank you, Dr. Freud, but it's not that simple. Something's going on in that house. Something terribly wrong. Maybe that's why Mr. Hawks warned me not to go. Maybe he knows.
The only thing that Henry knows is what he'd like to do to you if only he could. Where are you going?
I have to talk to him again.
Honey, he told you to stay away.
He's in trouble, Darlene. I can feel it.
Maddie!
He's locked away in that gloomy old house. Somebody has to help him.
Maddie, are you sure you're not talking about yourself?
I kept knocking and knocking. Why wouldn't you answer the door? You know what happened last night, don't you? Peter, please. Tell me what's going on.
I warned you not to come back.
All right. If you won't give me a straight answer, then maybe your mother will.
My mother is dead. She's been dead for 3 years.
But you told me that she lives here with you.
I'm afraid that's also true.
Are you trying to tell me that your mother... that she...
She is a very powerful woman. What happened last night is only a taste of what she can do. And what she'll do again if you don't leave.
All right. I'll go. Only if you come with me.
No.
Why not?
I left once. That's why she died.
That's why I'm here now, why I have to stay.
She has no hold on you, Peter, not anymore.
You don't understand.
I understand only too well. You have to go on with your life.
Why do you care so much?
I don't know. Maybe I see myself in you. All the pain and all the loneliness.
It's true, you see me. And you hear my music.
And it's such lovely music. Music that the whole world should hear, not just some plain Jane who lives next door.
There's nothing plain about you, Madeline.
What are you doing?
I want to show you how beautiful you are. There. Can you see it?
You're making fun of me.
No. You just can't see it for yourself, but it's there, Madeline. It's there, trust me.
Oh, Peter, please. Come with me.
If only I could.
You can. All you have to do is walk out that door. Peter, what's happening?
It's no good. She's too strong.
I won't let you stay here.
Madeline, if you care for me, go home.
It's his mother who's keeping him a prisoner. Even in death, she won't let him go. Just like my mother wouldn't let me go. Forgive me for talking like this, Mr. Hawks. It's just that I can't stop thinking about him. I can't get him out of my mind. The crazy thing is, I hardly even know him. But we're kindred spirits, Peter and I. And I know he feels the same way. Just like I know he wants to break free. Wants me to help him get out of that house.
He's mine. You hear me? Mine and mine alone. No one will ever take Peter from me. No one. Never. Maddie, it's me. Honey, what's wrong? What are you doing on the floor?
Darlene, it was her. It was Peter's mother.
Peter?
The man next door, the one I told you about. Peter Carver.
Peter Carver? Oh, Maddie. Peter Carver has been dead for 3 years.
Why didn't you tell me this before?
You only told me he was handsome and lived with his mother. If I had heard the name Peter Carver, I would have told you the whole story.
What is the whole story?
That happened before I started working here. Apparently, Mrs. Carver had been ill for a really long time, and Peter had been taking care of her. He started to feel trapped and decided the only way that he could have a life of his own was to leave. So one rainy night, he drove away. As fate would have it, he was killed in a car crash a few hours later.
And what happened to Mrs. Carver?
Peter told her he was going, but she refused to believe him. So instead of calling for help, she waited for Peter to come and give her her pills. And waited, and waited.
And she died waiting.
They found her a few days later in her wheelchair, less than 10 feet from the medicine that would have saved her life.
That's why he can't leave her now. He blames himself.
Maddie, I want you to go inside, pack your bag, and get out of here now.
No! I have to help him break away.
And then what? You'll walk off together in the sunset and live happily ever after? Honey, if he exists at all, it's only in that tomb of a house.
I know what he's feeling. You saw me go through the same thing. Trapped and alone and afraid of the world. I can free him, Darlene, and I'm the only one who can. Peter, I know everything about the car crash, your mother's death.
Then you understand why I can't leave.
I understand why I can see you and hear your music. Peter, you helped me see myself for the first time. Now let me help you be free.
But we can never be together.
We will always be together.
No, I can't.
The first step is the hardest. Come on. Come with me, Peter.
Madeline.
Goodbye, Peter. Be patient toward all that is unsolved in your heart, and learn to love the questions themselves. Perhaps you will then, gradually, without even noticing it, live along some distant day into the answer.
Only in solitude do we truly find ourselves. Yet what we find can often harden the chains of our loneliness. Fortunately for Madeline Penn, those chains have forever been broken.